Before anything else, I want to clearly define what we're going to do here, simply, practically, and directly. In this time together, we are going to 1. Place this night under covering as protected ground. 2. Ask for real protection over your children, wherever they are sleeping. 3. Establish a layer of protection over your home and over everyone who lives in it. 4. Close the night with an inner decision to trust and rest without negotiating with fear. Nothing complicated. Nothing filled with difficult steps. The only thing you need to do right now is this: stay, listen, and agree within yourself, even if you're tired. If you're in a safe place, adjust your body in the most comfortable way possible. Relax your jaw, release your shoulders, let your hands rest, and for a few moments, breathe a little slower than you have all day. Now, we begin. God, we come before you tonight. We are not here to feel something as proof. We are here to ask for covering. We are here to declare that the night is not a place of vulnerability, it is a protected place. We are here to place our children under care, under watch, under protection, and we take as our foundation the truth revealed in Psalm 91. There is a place of shelter. There is a hiding place. There is a shadow of protection. There is a real refuge, not made of noise, but of presence. So, in God's name, I center this prayer around one simple sentence. This night has an owner. This night has a watch over it. This night is surrounded by protection. And now, from that center, we expand layer by layer, until your mind and your home are aligned with that protection. Starting with the core, you. God, guard the mind of the person who is listening. Guard the mind when it tries to run ahead and invent problems that haven't happened yet. Guard the mind when it goes backward and relives things that are already over. Guard the mind when it tries to control everything, as if control were the only way to survive. Tonight, we will not feed the what if. We will not negotiate with fear. We will not give a stage to thoughts that arrive shouting. Instead, we choose one posture, small but steady. I am here. I am under protection. I am covered. God, visit this room, this space, this place where this person is right now. Let the air in this place be an air of protection. Let the silence not feel threatening. Let the silence feel guarded. Let the sounds of the night not become triggers. Let them simply pass. Protect the senses. Protect the imagination. Protect the eyes as they close. Protect the heart as it slows down. And if the body is tired but the mind keeps standing watch, I ask, pour out rest like someone gently lowering the volume inside. No rush, no pressure, no expectations, because God's protection does not require someone to prove anything to deserve it. It asks only one thing: trust. So, God, I ask, remove the invisible weight this person brought to bed tonight. That weight no one saw, but that stayed pressed against their chest. That weight that turns into alertness, tension, and sleeplessness. Let this person remember, right now, a foundational truth. Protecting does not mean carrying everything. Protecting means surrendering what cannot be controlled to the one who is in control. And now we take the next step, the most important step of this night. We extend protection to the children. God, I place the children before you. Some are sleeping nearby. Others are in another room. Others are far away. Some are little and still need care and everything. Others are older, but still need covering, because life does not stop being risky just because they grow up. God, look at each one of them with care. And I ask for a protection that is not abstract, not generic, not vague. Protect the sleep of these children. Protect their bodies as they rest. Protect their breathing. Protect their heartbeats. Protect the thoughts that pass through their minds before they fall asleep. Protect them from dreams that bring fear. Protect them from memories that return. Protect them from images that should never have entered their minds. Protect them from any influence that tries to disturb, confuse, or oppress them. God, place a clear boundary around them. No further. Let everything that does not come from you find no access. Let nothing from the shadows find space to settle. I ask that the environment where each child is be protected. Guard the room, guard the bed, guard the door, guard the window, guard the corners where a child's imagination creates monsters. Guard the places where a teenager feels anxiety but doesn't know how to name it. Let them not fall asleep with a racing heart. Let them not fall asleep afraid of the dark. Let them not fall asleep with that feeling that something isn't right without knowing why. God, let the night be a place of safety for them, and I place the hand of God as their covering, not as a beautiful metaphor, but as real care, as watch, as protection, as shelter. And now I ask something specific. Let the peace of God be the barrier, and let the protection of God be the shield. And from that request, we extend another layer, the home. Before we continue, I want to acknowledge something many people don't say. Caring for children affects us deeply on the inside. Sometimes you're not afraid of the night itself. You're afraid of not being present enough, afraid of not anticipating something, afraid of missing a warning sign, afraid of failing without meaning to. God, I ask that protection also begin with healing this kind of guilt, because guilt doesn't protect, guilt only weighs us down, and a heavy heart makes worse decisions. So, God, give the caregiver a clear mind, a mind that pays attention but does not panic, a mind that loves but does not destroy itself, a mind that cares but still knows how to rest. And if there is any painful memory this person carries from other nights' frights, news, experiences, I ask that memory not become a prophecy. Let it not become a rule. Let it not become a sentence. Tonight is new, and we place this night under protection. Now I'm going to walk through several kinds of protection, one by one, without rushing. Not as an endless list, but as intentional covering. God, physical protection. Guard their bodies as they sleep. Guard against household accidents. Guard against any situation that could create unexpected risk. Guard against what could happen without warning. Place your care over the simple things. The outlet, the stove that's turned off, the locked door, the secured window, the object that could fall, the dark hallway path, the staircase we sometimes forget about, the glass of water by the bedside, the rug that might slip. Let everything that could become danger be stopped at the beginning. Let the night be calm and safe. God, I also ask protection for those who are working while their children sleep, for those who are driving, for those on night shifts, for those traveling. Let protection reach where our eyes cannot. And in a special way, God, I place young children under your protection, those who still wake up crying, those who are startled by the dark, those who call for their parents. Let the presence of God surround these children like a blanket. Let the night not become fear. Let the night become safety. And now, emotional protection. God, emotional protection for the children. Protect their hearts from words that hurt and keep echoing. Protect them from comparisons that crush their confidence. Protect them from pressures they don't even know how to explain. Protect them from the weight of trying to please everyone. Let their hearts be guarded. Let their identity be protected. Let them not be defined by humiliation, rejection, comments, or labels. And if any of them are going through a difficult season and not talking about it, God, give signs. Give wisdom to recognize what's happening. Give sensitivity to respond with care. Give courage to ask for help if it's needed. Protect your children in their relationships too. Guard their friendships. Guard the environments they spend time in. Guard what comes through conversations and stays with them afterward. And I ask that the night be a place where they feel loved, even when the day wasn't good, even when school felt heavy, even when someone treated them unfairly, even when the world felt harsh. God, protect their hearts so they don't close themselves off inside. Protect them so they don't learn to defend themselves with coldness. Protect them so they don't carry pain they don't even know how to name. And now, mental protection, the things that happen inside the mind when no one sees. God, mental protection. Guard their thoughts. Guard their memories. Guard their imagination. Protect their minds from images that stick and turn into fear. Protect their minds from anxiety that grows without warning. Let their minds be a safe place. Let sleep be a place of repair. Let their dreams be light. Let the night be restorative. And if any child wakes up with racing thoughts, God, bring calm as an immediate response. Don't let the mind spiral. Don't let it turn into panic. Don't let it become silent suffering. I ask that the internal noise quiet down. Let their minds find a place of rest. Let there be a place of shelter inside them. And I ask this also for the one who is caring for them, because many times it's the parent, the guardian, the caregiver whose mind stays awake. So God, guard the mind of the one listening right now. Guard it from creating worst-case scenarios that haven't happened. And here I want to make a simple structural comparison, because it brings clarity. There are two paths in the night. Path A, the path of anxious vigilance, which looks like protection, but quietly steals life. Path B, the path of trust, which releases what cannot be controlled and allows rest. God, we choose path B. We choose to trust. And now, spiritual protection, without exaggeration, without fear, but with firmness. God, spiritual protection. Let nothing contrary find an opening inside this home. Let nothing that brings oppression find access. Let every influence that tries to confuse be broken. Let every weight that arrives without explanation be removed. God, bring light where there is shadow. Bring peace where there is unrest. Bring steadiness where there is vulnerability. If there is spiritual fear, the kind that can't be explained, let the presence of God be the explanation. Let the presence of God be the answer. Let the presence of God be the boundary. And in God's name, I ask that messengers of protection be placed around this home. Let there be watch. Let there be guarding. Let there be a barrier. Let there be covering. And I return again to Psalm 91 as our foundation. There is shelter. There is refuge. There is care. There is protection that does not depend on us. God established this as truth inside the one who is listening, not as words, but as certainty. And now, let's return to something very concrete. Your children's room. God, visit your children's room. Visit the place where their heads rest. Visit the place where their feet relax. Visit the space under the bed, where imagination sometimes places fear. Visit the corner of the room where the shadows seem bigger. Visit the closet, the curtains, the window. I ask that every detail be under protection. Let the air feel light. Let the environment feel safe. Let the darkness be only darkness, not a threat. God, If any child carries memories that return in the dark, I ask that those memories lose their strength. Let their hearts not be pulled backward. Let the present be protected. And if any child is carrying worries about tomorrow, I ask that those thoughts not turn into anxiety. Let tomorrow not steal their sleep tonight. Now I want to invite a small step of participation from the one listening. If you can, quietly say within yourself, God, I place my children in your care. I will not live this night as a prisoner of fear, and rest in that decision, because that creates structure. God, I ask for protection against interruptions. There are nights when the body wants to sleep, but life interrupts. A noise, an alert, a thought, a dream. So God, give a different kind of response time. Let the reaction not be panic. Let the reaction not be mental over-rehearsing. Let the reaction not be a racing heart without reason. Give calm responses. Give wise responses. Give steady responses. If someone needs to get up to check something, let them check, resolve it, and return to rest. Without repeating fear, without turning one check into 10, without creating an anxiety routine. And if a child calls during the night, let the response be presence. Without irritation, without panic, with calm, with love, and let that calm itself be protection. God, I ask that this home carry an atmosphere of safety, an atmosphere that teaches the body how to relax. And now we enter a sequence of covering for different stages of a child's life. Because protection is not the same for everyone, it adapts. God, for young children, guard their innocence. Protect their hearts from fears too big for their age. Protect their imagination. Protect their sleep. Let their room feel like comfort. Let the night feel like shelter. Let the child feel, without needing to understand, that they are safe. God, for teenagers, guard their choices. Guard what they absorb. Guard what they believe about themselves. Guard the paths they are beginning to form. Guard the impulses that sometimes feel overwhelming. Give discernment. Give clarity. Protect them from outside pressure. Give them strength to say no when they need to. God, for adult children, guard their steps. Guard the homes they are building. Guard the decisions they are making. Guard their paths. Guard their travels. Guard their work. And I ask something very human for parents of adult children. Protect the caregiver's heart from the anxiety of not being in control anymore. Because at this stage, control truly isn't there anymore. What remains is trust. So God, teach us to trust. Teach us to release. Teach us to bless, and then rest. And now I return to the center. This night is protected, and I want to expand into an area that weighs heavily today. What enters through the eyes and ears during the day and echoes at night. God, protect your children from what stayed in their minds after today. If they saw something unsettling, if they heard something that hurt, if they felt something they didn't know how to process, I ask that the night does not turn this into trauma. Let the night process it gently. Let the night bring healing. Let the night bring relief. And I ask, God, that what should not remain would leave. Let harmful thoughts not take root. Let troubling images not become repetition. Let their hearts not get used to staying on alert. God, give their minds a way to release the weight. Give lightness. Give rest. And I ask that dreams become a place of restoration, not a place of fear. If a heavy dream comes, let it be interrupted. If a nightmare comes, let the heart find protection. If there's a sudden startle in the night, let them quickly return to calm. And here comes another step of commitment. God, I choose to build a home of protection. not just a single night of protection. That means intentional rhythm, not automatic repetition. So I ask, give wisdom to shape a healthy nighttime routine. Let it be simple. Let it be doable. Let it be real. And now we continue with protection around the perimeter, but from a different angle, so it doesn't become mechanical. God, wherever there is an opening, close it. Emotional openings, close them. Conversation openings, close them. Habit openings, close them. Distraction openings, close them. Fear openings, close them. And wherever there is a threat, interrupt it. Where there is a harmful plan, undo it. Where there is intention to harm, neutralize it. Let this home be a place where peace is the natural result of protection. Now I want to guide you through a brief moment of internal awareness, without turning this into a checklist. Just notice, is your chest tense? Is your breathing shallow? Is your mind racing? If so, God, bring slowing now. Bring gentleness now. Lower the internal noise now, because protection is also physical. Protection is also the body learning that it is safe. So God, communicate safety to the body. Communicate safety to the heart. Communicate safety to the mind. And now I want to place specific covering over the bond between parents and children, because protection also means secure connection. God, protect the relationship between caregivers and their children. Protect it so love doesn't become pressure. Protect it so discipline doesn't become harshness. Protect it so concern doesn't become control. Protect it so care doesn't become intrusion. Give balance. Give wisdom. Give patience. And if there was any tension today, a word spoken, a moment of stress, a silence that lingered, I ask that it does not grow overnight. Let it not become resentment. Let it not become distance. Let the night be a place where hearts soften. Let the night be a place where the home finds quiet reconciliation within itself. Even if no one says anything out loud, let the atmosphere improve. God, cover the children with love, and cover the caregiver with rest. And now we move again through the hours of the night, but with a different rhythm. Instead of beginning, middle/end, I will guide by the body's signals, because this keeps the experience natural and alive. God, when the eyelids begin to grow heavy, guard them. When the body begins to release tension, guard them. When breathing becomes deeper, guard them. When thoughts begin to fade, guard them. Let this sinking into sleep be safe. Let this releasing control be protected. God, if there is a moment when the heart suddenly jumps as if startled, I ask that it pass quickly. Let it not become alarm. Let it not become a story. Let it not become a prison. God, if there is a moment when the mind tries to solve a problem, I ask that the person remember, not now, now I rest. And if there is a moment when loneliness appears, I ask that presence be felt. And now I return again to the children. Let them move through the night without interruption. Let them pass through sleep like someone walking down a hallway with the lights on. And now I want to deepen this commitment to trust with one simple practice, not as a technique, but as a decision. Choose one short sentence to repeat quietly inside yourself, only when needed, not constantly, only as an anchor. It can be something like, God is watching over us, or my children are protected, or this home is under God's protection. And when you repeat it calmly, not with urgency. Now we continue. God, I ask for protection against anxiety that shows up in the middle of the night, the kind of anxiety that has no face, no clear cause. It just tightens the chest. It creates urgency. It demands control. God, cut this anxiety at the root. Give clarity. Give calm. Give grounding. And I ask that the person not be afraid of their own body. Sometimes the body reacts to exhaustion. Sometimes it reacts to accumulated stress. So God, give compassion. Give patience. Give a fresh start. Now I want to place a covering over external threats without feeding fear. I will do this as boundaries, not as images. Because boundaries protect without frightening. God, set boundaries. A boundary against danger. A boundary against harm. A boundary against what tries to disturb. A boundary against what tries to invade. And inside those boundaries, place rest. And now one more step in this progression. I ask that the person accept that resting is not abandoning responsibility. Resting is trusting in God's care. So I say, God, I trust more than I fear. Even if fear is still there, I choose to trust. And now we return to Psalm 91, not to repeat the exact words, but to absorb its structure. Shelter, refuge, protection. God, you are our shelter. Shelter is what keeps the storm from reaching the skin. Shelter is what allows the heart to stop trembling. Shelter is what gives life time to steady itself again. So tonight, I ask that your protection work as shelter. You are our refuge. Refuge is the place where the body relaxes, because it knows it doesn't have to fight. Refuge is the place where the mind stops standing guard, because it knows someone else is watching. Refuge is the place where the heart withdraws and finds strength again. So tonight, I ask that your protection work as refuge. You are our watch. A watch is what stays alert without growing tired. A watch is what does not sleep. A watch is what stands when we need to lie down. So tonight, I ask that your protection stand as watch. And this is for me. And this is for my children. And this is for my home. Now I want to return to a sensitive point. There are people who are afraid to fall asleep because sleep feels like vulnerability. If that is part of your story, God, I ask that your protection heal that trigger. Let sleep become safe again. And now we continue with a longer sequence of intercession, but with variation in rhythm, so it doesn't become mechanical. God, guard. Guard when I cannot see. Guard when I cannot think clearly. Guard when I shut down. Guard when I wake up. Guard my children inside. Guard my children outside. Guard my children in their bodies. Guard my children in their minds. Protect the bedroom. Protect the hallway. Protect the house. Protect what is outside. Protect their sleep. Protect their dreams. Protect their breathing. Protect their rest. And I ask that the night not become a courtroom. Let the night not become pressure. Let the night not become panic. Let the night become a place of covering. God, if there is a decision that needs to be made, let it wait for the right time. And if there is regret that feels heavy tonight, let it be released, not rehearsed. God, I release it. I let go. I rest. Now I'm going to pause intentionally and then return to seal this time. Breathe. Release. Stay here. And now I return to the final step of commitment. I will not measure protection by how much control I have. I will measure it by how deeply I trust. And now we move toward the close, but a close that leaves a question in place, so awareness stays alive. God, I place this home under protection, not as superstition, not as an empty ritual, but as a decision. This home belongs to God and will not be taken over by fear. Guard the entrances. Guard the exits. Guard the doors and windows. Guard the hallways, the stairs, the yard, the garage, the porch. Guard every place that sometimes feels bigger at night than it really is. Protect against visible dangers. Protect against invisible dangers. Protect against accidents. Protect against any threat that tries to come close. Protect against what slowly tries to settle in like worry that never seems to end. And I ask that there be a different kind of silence here. Not a silence of absence, but a silence of presence. A guarded silence. God, place watch where we cannot watch. Place protection where we cannot reach. And if there are cameras, alarms, or locks, I ask that they work well. But let the primary security not depend on technology. Let it depend on you. Now I want to make a very important shift. Protection is not only outside the house. Protection is also inside the house. So God, protect the relationships inside this home. Protect so that old arguments do not become storms in the middle of the night. Protect so that harsh words do not echo in the minds of those trying to sleep. Protect so that old guilt does not return as accusation. Let this home be a place of covering. Let this home not become an emotional battleground. Let this home be a guarded place. And now we move into a part that deepens this prayer, what we do with fear when it tries to return. Because tonight, we are not pretending it doesn't exist. We are choosing how to respond to it. God, when fear appears, because sometimes it does, we will not enter into its game. Fear usually tries to do three things. 1. Create stories that aren't real. 2. Impose urgency. 3. Demand control. So I ask that your spirit bring clarity, bring steadiness, bring strength. If a thought comes saying, "What if something happens to your children?" let the answer come with structure. They are covered. If a thought comes saying, "You need to get up and check everything again," let the answer come with decision. I have already entrusted this. I don't need to repeat fear to feel responsible. If a thought comes saying, "You're going to fail, you can't handle this," let the answer come with truth. God is able. God protects. God is watching. God, teach this person not to confuse love with hypervigilance. Teach them not to confuse care with anxiety. Teach them not to confuse protection with exhaustion. Because there is a kind of love that wears the mind down, and there is a kind of love that entrusts. Tonight, we choose the love that entrusts. Now I want to invite you to make a small but powerful commitment. Don't argue with thoughts that are only noise. Don't feed your imagination with worst-case scenarios. Don't build mental movies around fear. If something unsettles you, you can quietly say inside, "God guards, God covers, God watches," and then return to your body. Return to your breathing. Return to rest. And now I want to extend protection to the concern's parents, often carry but rarely say out loud the specific worries about their children. God, there are concerns parents carry in silence. Concerns about what their children face outside the home. Concerns about influences. Concerns about people. Concerns about the paths they're walking. Concerns about decisions they're making. Concerns about everything we cannot monitor every moment. Tonight, we are not going to make an endless list, because endless lists create anxiety. Instead, we make a wise surrender. By areas, God, protect the environments where they spend their time. Protect their steps. Protect their meetings. Protect their conversations. Protect what they hear and what they come to believe. Protect them from deception. Protect them from manipulation. Protect them from friendships that pull them down. Protect them from voices that diminish their value. Protect them from anything that tries to steal their identity, purpose, and direction. Guard their eyes from what they should not see. Guard their ears from what they should not hear. Guard their hearts from what they should not carry. And above all, God, guard their inner life. Because sometimes the greatest risk isn't what's out in the world. It's what quietly settles inside as sadness, pressure, or heaviness. I ask for discernment. I ask for healthy boundaries. I ask that they know how to say no when needed. I ask that they know how to ask for help when they feel unsure. I ask that they not walk alone with problems that are too heavy to carry by themselves. And now I also ask for protection for the one who cares for them. Protect the caregiver's heart. Protect so that care does not turn into guilt. Protect so that responsibility does not turn into self-accusation. And here we move into the next step of progression. We begin increasing step by step the level of surrender and trust, starting with something simple. First step of commitment. I accept the covering. God, I accept that there is real protection over this night. I don't need to stay in a constant state of alert to feel useful. I don't need to suffer in advance to feel responsible. I accept the covering with humility. Second step of commitment. I declare protection without exaggeration. God, guard this home. Guard my children. Guard this night. And I close the door on negotiating with fear. Third step of commitment. I choose rest as an act of trust. Sleep is an act of trust. Closing my eyes is saying, I am not God. And that is not weakness. That is truth. Fourth step of commitment. I release tomorrow. God, I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I know who watches over the night and guides the day. So I release tomorrow without trying to predict disaster. Fifth step of commitment. I return to this path whenever needed. If I wake up, I will not return to panic. I return to surrender. If I hear a noise, I will not return to mental scenarios. I return to presence. If my mind starts racing, I will not chase it. I return to trust. God, establish this path within the person listening, as if it were a track they can follow in the dark. And now that this commitment is stronger, I want to place covering over each stage of the night itself. Because the night has hours, and each hour carries a different kind of feeling. So we move through these hours under protection. God, I place the first part of the night under protection. The part when the body begins to slow down. The part when the mind starts reviewing the day. The part when the house grows quiet. Guard that moment. Guard the transition. Guard the boundary between I'm still awake and I'm drifting to sleep. Now I place the middle of the night under protection. The part when some people wake up suddenly. The part when thoughts try to enter without warning. The part when the heart speeds up because of memories. God, guard this part as well. If someone wakes up, let them wake with clarity. If someone wakes up, let them not be pulled into fear. If someone wakes up, let them find their way back to rest. Now I place the final part of the night under protection. The part when the body begins preparing for a new day. The part when dreams feel more vivid. The part when the mind starts anticipating what's ahead. God, guard this part. Guard so the person does not wake carrying a weight that wasn't there before. Guard so they don't wake already bracing themselves against the world. And at the center of these three parts, I place your children. Let them sleep well. Let them sleep protected. Let them sleep under watch. If any of them wake during the night, God, let your presence be felt. Let calm return. Let breathing settle again. Let fear not take over. And now I invite you to allow yourself one quiet minute, without trying to feel something, without trying to control anything. just allowing the idea of protection to become stronger than the idea of threat. Breathe a little more slowly, and as you breathe out, imagine that you are releasing control, because releasing control is an act of faith. And now we move into a transition, not a sudden ending, but a bridge into what comes next, not to close everything, but to align the coming day with the protection of this night. God, I place the next season of time under protection. Tomorrow holds doors, choices, meetings, decisions. Tomorrow holds unexpected moments. Tomorrow holds pressures. And sometimes it is exactly because of tomorrow that someone cannot sleep tonight. So I ask that tomorrow does not steal this night. Guard the children in the places they go. Guard the children in the steps they take. Guard the children in the conversations they have. Guard the children in the decisions they make. Guard the heart of the one who cares for them as well, because caregivers carry ongoing concern, and that weight is real. So God, turn concern into intercession, and then into rest. If there is something that needs to be resolved tomorrow, let the mind not try to solve everything tonight in bed. Let the mind accept. I will do what I can when the time comes. For now, I rest. God, I ask for an inner signal of trust, as if the heart quietly says, everything is being watched over, even without visible proof. And now comes the next step of commitment. After asking for protection, I choose active trust. Active trust does not depend on everything being perfect. It depends on who God is. So I say, God, I trust you. I trust you when I feel calm. I trust you when I feel tired. I trust you when I don't have answers. I trust you even when I still feel afraid. And I trust you for my children too, because sometimes children don't know how to ask. Sometimes they don't know how to name what they feel. Sometimes they don't know how to pray. So we pray for them. God, cover my children tonight and cover the day ahead. And now I want to bring into the light a concern many parents carry quietly, but rarely say out loud. The fear of being far away when something happens. Maybe tonight your children are in your home. Maybe they are at a relative's house. Maybe they are in another city. Maybe they are in another country. Maybe you are separated, and tonight they are with the other parent. Maybe you are a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, someone who loves deeply and feels responsibility, even from a distance. God, I ask that protection not depend on proximity. Let it depend on your presence. Protect the children wherever they are. Protect them when we are near. Protect them when we are far. Protect them when we know what's happening. Protect them when we don't. Let distance not turn into anxiety. Let distance become trust. And if the longing feels heavy, God, bring comfort. Because love mixed with longing is still love, but it does not have to become fear. Now I want to place a covering over those late night hours that tend to pull up old memories. Not everyone struggles with this every night, but when it happens, it can feel heavy. God, guard the late hours of the night from persistent memories. Memories of what went wrong. Memories of frightening news. Memories of loss. Memories of sudden scares. Memories of moments when life felt fragile. I ask that these memories not take control of this night. Let them not create an atmosphere of threat. Let them not replace trust. God, give the mind a filter that says, that was yesterday. Tonight is different. Tonight I am under protection, and when a troubling image appears, I ask that it lose its sharpness. Let it lose its power. Let it pass like a cloud drifting by. Now I want to place a specific covering over the way people speak inside the home. because there is a kind of protection that begins with language. God, guard the language of this home. Guard it so the home does not become a place where fear is repeated. Guard it so the home does not become a place where threats are constantly discussed. Guard it so conversations do not plant insecurity in children. Give wisdom to speak about protection without creating fear. Give wisdom to guide without frightening. Give wisdom to correct without shaming. And I ask that children feel, in the atmosphere of this home, a deep sense of safety. Here I can rest. Here I can be a child. Here I can be myself. God, protect the night beyond the bedroom as well. Protect the unfinished conversations. Protect the noises. Protect the sounds. Protect the gate. Protect the building. Protect the property. And now I want to do something different. So this prayer does not become predictable. I want to walk through 3 small real-life moments, as if we were moving through them together. Scene 1. You're almost asleep, and you hear a noise. God, in that moment, I ask for clarity. Bring calm. Let the body not go into alarm mode. Let the person observe without imagining the worst possible story. If they need to check once, let them check once, and then return to rest. And when they return, let them not carry the noise as a threat. In this moment, God, I ask, protect their response, protect their heart, protect their mind. Scene 2. A child wakes up and calls. God, let the caregiver respond with presence, with calm, with a steady voice, with love. Let the child be comforted. Let fear dissolve. Let sleep return. And after that, let the caregiver return to rest as well, without getting stuck in what if. Scene 3. The silence feels so deep it starts to feel unusual. God, let the silence become a sign of safety, not a signal of danger. Let the person feel that the house is protected. Let them feel they do not need to stand guard. And now, God, I turn these scenes into a prayer. Guard our reactions. Guard our connections. Guard the way we interpret silence. And we continue. God, protect what children carry but don't say. Sometimes they stay quiet because they don't want to worry anyone. Sometimes they stay quiet because they don't know how to explain what they feel. Sometimes they stay quiet because they feel embarrassed. Sometimes they stay quiet because they think no one will understand. God, I ask that your protection reach those hidden places. Reach the places without words. Reach the places without explanation. And I ask that, in time, there would be openness. Let there be healthy conversations. Let there be trust inside this home. Let there be listening. Protect children so they do not feel alone with problems that are too big. Protect them so they have the courage to ask for help. Protect them so they do not shut down inside. And tonight in particular, I ask, let sleep become a time when the heart truly rests. Let sleep become a place of restoration. Now I move one step higher in this progression of commitment, a step that changes everything. The commitment not to turn protection into obsession. God, I release obsession. I release the need to control everything in order to feel safe. I release the need to repeat checks just to calm anxiety. I release the need to predict the future in order to have peace. I choose the path of trust. And trust here is not naive. It is a mature decision. To do what can be done at the right time and rest with what cannot. So God, give balance. Give steadiness. Give clarity. Now I want to place protection over what I'll call invisible doors. Habits that quietly open space for fear, not to accuse anyone, but to bring wisdom. God, protect this night from too much screen time, too much news, too much stimulation. Protect the mind from what keeps it on alert. Protect the heart from what feeds insecurity. And give a clean night, a light night, a guarded night. And now I invite you to make a small internal check-in of commitment. I accept rest. I accept trust. I accept that my children are protected. And we continue. God, I ask for protection against the kind of fear that arrives as quick thoughts. The kind that comes in short phrases. What if? Something will go wrong. It's not safe. God, I ask that these phrases lose their authority. Let them not be treated as truth. Let them be recognized as noise. And I ask that the person have a simple response, not a long explanation, just one line. God protects. God covers. God watches. And that is enough. No arguing, no debating, no inner courtroom. And now I return again to the children. Let them not become targets of fear passed down to them. Let them not inherit anxiety from the atmosphere of the home. Let them inherit security instead. God, give the caregiver a posture that teaches safety without needing many words. A calm posture, a steady posture. And now I want to expand protection into something many people forget. Protection over the small decisions of the next day. Because many consequences begin with small moments. God, guard the small decisions. Guard the moment they leave the house. Guard their awareness on the streets. Guard their attention in traffic. Guard their attention when crossing the road. Guard their awareness when speaking with strangers. Guard their judgment when deciding whom to trust. Give discernment. Give wisdom. Give healthy alertness, not panic. And I ask that your children carry an inner sense of protection, a sense that recognizes when something isn't right, a sense that steps away when necessary, a sense that reaches out for help. God, place this as wisdom within them, because wisdom itself is protection. And still, we will not turn tomorrow into a threat. We place tomorrow in your hands and we rest. Now I want to return to the center of the night, sleep, because the goal is not only to ask for protection, it is to help the body rest under protection. So God, I ask that sleep come, and that it come naturally, without effort, without pressure. And here I pause again. Breathe, release, remain here, and we continue with a deeper covering. God, cover this home like a roof of protection. Cover the bedrooms, cover the beds, cover the bodies, cover the hearts, cover the children, cover the dreams, cover the late hours of the night. Let no terror find space. Let no threat find access. Let no accusation find a voice. Let this night be guarded. God, I ask that everything heavy be moved away from the center. Let the center be God. Let the center be trust. Let the center be protection. And if the person feels the need to cry, God, let them cry. Because tears are not a lack of faith. Tears are the release of weight. After the tears, let rest come. After the heaviness, let lightness come. After the tension, let gentleness come. Now I want to bring one more scene, because scenes help the mind stay present and avoid repetition. Imagine a parent closing their child's bedroom door, a hand on the doorknob, a heart that still wants to keep watch, and at the same time, an inner decision. I will not watch more than God watches. That is maturity. That is surrender. God, give that maturity tonight. Give that surrender tonight. And now we move toward the final part, sealing this time without repeating the same pattern, and ending with a question that keeps awareness alive. Now I want to do something different. a walk through images, not points. Psalm 91 is not only a list of phrases, it builds a landscape of protection. It paints images the mind can see, and that is why it brings calm. So God, as this person listens, I ask that each image become a safe place inside them. Image 1. A shelter. Not a shelter made of concrete, a shelter made of presence, as if the heart finds covering above its head. God, I ask that this person sense that shelter, not as forced emotion, but as a quiet certainty. I am not exposed. And I ask that this be true for their children as well. Let them not be exposed. Let them be covered. Image 2. A protective shade. Here, shade is not dangerous darkness. It is protective shade, like a large tree on a hot day. It is the place where life can breathe again. God, place your children in that shade. Place their hearts in that place of rest. And I take another step of commitment. God, I choose to remain in this shelter. I do not run back to fear. I remain. Image 3. Wings, not as fantasy, but as a picture of covering, something that surrounds, warms, and protects. God, surround the children, surround this home, surround this night, and if the mind tries to say, this is just imagination, I ask for clarity. This is not imagination. It is trust. It is a way of aligning the heart with truth. God cares. And we continue with more images. Image 4. A shield. A shield does not remove the possibility of danger. It prevents danger from reaching its target. God, I ask that your protection stand like a shield around the children, around their decisions, around their steps, around their inner lives. And I ask that this shield also cover the caregiver, so that internal accusations do not enter, so that guilt does not pierce, so that fear does not break through. Image 5. A night without terror. For many people, night has become a symbol of vulnerability, but this image changes that. Night can be guarded. God, guard this night. Guard the late hours. Guard the darkness. And here I take another step of commitment. I will not call the night a threat. I will call the night protected. Image 6. A day without arrows. Even though the image speaks of daytime, the meaning is simple. There are dangers that come quickly like arrows, and God protects. So God, protect the children from what comes suddenly, from accidents, from distraction, from impulsive decisions, from words that wound and leave marks. And at the same time, protect them from what comes slowly, from harmful habits, from subtle influences, from anxiety that grows little by little. God, I ask for protection in what is fast and what is slow, in what is visible and what is unseen. Image 7. Something frightening nearby, but not overpowering. There is a strong picture of chaos around, and still protection over those who are covered. I will not dramatize this image. I will take from it what matters most. God sustains us even when the world feels uncertain. So God, when the world feels frightening, sustain them. When the news feels overwhelming, sustain them. When the mind begins creating worst-case scenarios, sustain them. And I take another step forward. I choose not to live in panic even when I see risks around me. I choose to live under protection. And we continue. Image 8. Messengers surrounding them. The idea is simple. Active protection. Protection in motion. Protection that does not depend on you staying awake. God, send protection around the children, around this home, around their path, around their sleep. Let there be watch where no one sees. Let there be care where no one can reach. Image 9. Steady footing. There is an image of firmness, of walking securely, of not being controlled by what threatens. God, give the children that steadiness, steadiness to say no, steadiness not to follow the wrong path just to be accepted, steadiness to come back when they make mistakes, steadiness to ask for help, and give steadiness to the one who cares for them, steadiness to guide with love, steadiness to protect without controlling, steadiness to rest without guilt. Image 10. An answer in times of distress. Protection does not mean the absence of every difficulty. It means God's presence when something tries to press in. So God, if there is any distress, respond. If there is any sudden fear, respond. If there is any moment of anxiety, respond. And here I reach the highest step of commitment. God, I don't want only a moment of protection. I want to live in this trust. I want to build this home within my heart. And I ask that it begin now, tonight, with the children protected, with the home covered, with the mind at rest. Breathe, release, remain here, and we continue with the prayer, keeping this sense of presence alive. God, I want to return to the progression of commitment because it is the engine of this time together. We began by listening. Then we accepted the covering. Then we declared protection. Then we chose rest. Then we released tomorrow. Now I take 3 more steps, practical steps for everyday life. Step 6. I choose to build an environment of protection inside this home. Not perfection, consistency, care. An environment where children feel safe to speak. An environment where the home does not live in a constant state of alert. An environment where discipline comes with love and firmness. An environment where fear is not the main language spoken. God, give wisdom for this. Step 7. I choose to bless instead of speak fear. When anxiety asks for negative words, I choose words of protection. When fear suggests tragedy, I choose covering. When the mind imagines the worst-case scenario, I choose faith. God, place protection over my words and protection over my thoughts. Step 8. I choose to rest without punishing myself. If I don't fall asleep quickly, I will not criticize myself. If I wake during the night, I will not accuse myself. If my mind starts racing, I return gently. Because protection also includes compassion for the body, and compassion creates a place where sleep can come. Now I want to pray for something very specific, that God would protect the dreams of the children, so they are not disturbed by fear. God, guard their dreams. Let their dreams be light. Let their dreams not feel like pursuit. Let their dreams not feel threatening. Let their dreams not become confusion. If a bad dream comes, interrupt it. If a frightening scene appears, dissolve it. If a sense of danger arises, turn it into calm. And I ask, teach the body how to recognize that it is safe. Because sometimes the body learns fear and keeps repeating fear. So God, retrain the body with safety. I ask this for the children, and I ask this for the caregiver. And now I want to care for something many people forget. There are those listening with a tight heart, because they did not feel protected when they were children. And now, as they try to protect their own children, old pain begins to surface. God, visit that old pain with care, without reopening wounds, but bringing healing. Let the past not become a threat in the present. Let them build a new pattern in this home, a pattern of safety, a pattern of love, a pattern of protection. And now I return to the present. This night, this room, this home. God, cover. God, cover again, but with a different rhythm. Cover the roof, cover the walls, cover the floor, cover the front door, cover the back door, cover the windows, cover the bedrooms, cover the beds, cover the bodies, cover the children, cover the caregiver. And I ask that this covering be so steady that the mind stops searching for danger, that the mind stops scanning for warning signs, that the heart stops standing guard. Now I will guide 1 minute of physical grounding, because this helps the body rest without turning into a rigid routine. Feel your feet. Feel your legs. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the bed supporting you. God, communicate safety from the inside out. Communicate. Everything is being watched over. Breathe. Release. Remain here. Now we move toward the closing, but keeping the final question open as a living anchor. God, I want to place covering over one last area. The future of the children, not as anxiety, but as blessing. Protect their decisions, protect their paths, protect their opportunities, protect their learning. Let them not be deceived. Let them not be led off course. Let them not be harmed by poor decisions. Give direction, give wisdom, give protection. And I ask that, over time, they learn to seek shelter in God on their own. Let their trust not be only inherited. Let it be formed within them. God, guard the children in what they do not yet know how to face. Guard them in what they cannot yet explain. Guard them in what is still unknown. And guard this home so it continues to be a place of protection. Now I will take one final long pause as a quiet hallway leading into sleep, and then I will close. Remain here. You don't need to do anything now. Just rest under protection. God, we have reached the end of this time together. But the protection does not end with the final words. It continues through the night. It continues in this home. It continues over the children. And as you listen, I ask something simple. Don't try to finish well. Don't try to feel the right thing. Just surrender. God, cover my children tonight. Guard my children tonight. Protect my home tonight. Protect my mind tonight. And if my mind keeps returning to worry, I return again. If fear calls, I refuse it. If anxiety tightens, I release it. Now I will seal this time with one final sentence of decision, and then leave a question open, because I want you to carry this question forward as a step ahead, not as pressure. God, I trust you. God, I ask for protection over what my children access, see, and hear. Protect them from content that distorts the mind. Protect them from influences that normalize what is wrong. Protect them from people who come close with harmful intentions. Give discernment to the children. Give discernment to the caregiver. Give courage to set healthy boundaries. Give wisdom to guide without pushing them away. Let protection not be only restriction. Let it also be formation, a steady heart, a secure identity, an aware and grounded conscience. And tonight, I ask that any weight caused by screens be released. Let the brain slow down. Let the mind stop scrolling through thoughts as if scrolling a screen. Let sleep come. God, cover their eyes as they close. Cover their minds as they rest. And now I want to cover a reality many people cannot control. When children are sleeping away from home. God, if tonight any child is not at home, I ask for the same protection. Protect the home where they are staying. Protect the room where they are sleeping. Protect the journey there. Protect the journey back. Protect the environment. Protect the people around them. Protect their decisions. And I ask that the one listening not become trapped in waiting. Because waiting with love is beautiful, but waiting with anxiety is exhausting. So God, turn waiting into trust. Turn concern into surrender. And if there is any risk along the way, interrupt it. If there is any unusual situation, deliver them from it. If there is any encounter that could go wrong, redirect it. God, guide their steps the way someone guides a path in the dark, and bring them back safely. And now I want to cover something simple but essential. Protection over the caregiver's rest. Because when the caregiver rests, the home breathes. God, protect the rest of the one who cares. Protect them so they do not fall asleep with a tight heart. Protect them so they do not wake every few minutes. Protect them so they do not stay half asleep and half watching. Give deep sleep. Give true rest. Give recovery. And I ask that the caregiver not carry the weight of the world alone. Not carry the weight of their children's future alone. Not carry the weight of what they cannot control alone. God, teach the caregiver to be human, to be limited, to rest. And as they rest, let them be protected. Now I will speak a short sequence of living declarations, not a predictable list, but phrases that shift perspective and keep presence alive. This home is protected. This night is covered. My children are under God's care. Fear does not decide. Anxiety does not rule. God's protection remains. And I return to silence. Breathe, release, and we move toward the close. God, before the final words, I ask for protection over one of the most common vulnerabilities of the night. The feeling of, I'm alone with this. Let that feeling fall away. Let the person sense companionship. Let them sense protection. Even if no one else is awake nearby, let them know God is present, God is watching, God is covering. And I ask that this certainty be strong enough to carry them into sleep. Now we close. And the final question will remain as a bridge. Not a doubt, but an invitation to a real decision in the time ahead. God, I bless the children with protection in the small routines of life. Protect them when they wake up. Protect them as they get ready. Protect them when they leave the house. Protect them when they return. Protect them in the places where they study. Protect them in the places where they spend time with others. Protect them in the decisions that seem small but shape their character. Let them be delivered from traps. Let them be delivered from hidden dangers. Let them be delivered from situations where someone tries to use, manipulate, or deceive them. Give them awareness. Give them courage. Give them calm so they do not follow dangerous impulses. God, protect their voices as well, what they say. Let them not become involved in conversations that destroy. Let them not enter cycles of gossip, cruelty, or verbal harm. Let them learn to speak with truth and respect, and to step away from what corrupts, and protect their hearts from shame. Protect them from guilt that is not theirs to carry. Protect them from burdens they were never meant to hold. Let them feel loved. Let them feel protected. Let them feel safe. And I ask that this protection would be like a covering all around them. Wherever they go, protection goes with them, as if God walks ahead of them, beside them, and behind them. Now I also want to bless the one who cares for them, because protection over children is supported by a caregiver who is steady and well-rested. God, bless the caregiver with inner protection. Protect their mind from self-accusation. Protect their heart from the feeling of not being enough. Protect their body from ongoing exhaustion. Give rest. Give clarity. Give balance. And give them courage to ask for help when they need it, because no one was meant to carry everything alone. Protection also includes support, connection, and wisdom. God, guard this home so it does not become a place of constant tension. Let the nights not always feel like inner battles. Let the nights be rebuilt as a place of refuge. And I ask something simple for tonight, that the sound of this prayer does not become just background noise. Let it become presence. Let it become remembrance. Let it become an anchor. If the person falls asleep, let them fall asleep. If they keep listening, let them keep listening, without pressure. Now I will move into a longer flow, a continuous covering like walking through the house with protection, but along a changing path so it does not become repetitive. God, I begin with the most vulnerable place, the heart. Cover the heart. Cover the mind. Cover the body. Now I move to the main bedroom. Cover the room. Cover the bed. Cover the pillow. Cover the rest taking place there. Now I move to the children's rooms. Cover each room. Cover each bed. Cover each breath. Cover each dream. Now I move to the shared spaces. The hallway, the living room, the kitchen. Cover the steps taken there. Cover the paths through the house. Cover the spaces themselves. Now I move to the entry points, the doors and the windows. Cover them with protection. Cover them with watchfulness. Cover them with safe boundaries. Now I move outside, the street, the neighborhood. Cover the surroundings. Cover the roads. Cover what approaches. And I return to the center. My children, my home, my night, all under protection. And as this pause continues, I ask that the body understands this is not a time to stay alert. This is a time to rest. Breathe. Release. And now we are ready for the closing that seals this time and leaves the final question as a bridge forward. God, I ask for protection over the children's health, not as an empty promise, but as a sincere request. Protect their bodies. Protect the systems that keep them strong. Protect the rest that restores them. Protect the energy that renews them. If there is weakness, strengthen it. If there is fatigue, restore it. If there is something the family does not yet know, guide them with wisdom. And I ask, God, that nothing simple becomes something serious because it was overlooked. Give attention at the right time. Give guidance. Open doors for help when it is needed. But tonight, I ask something very specific, that the person listening does not use the body as a reason for anxiety. Let them not scan symptoms. Let them not imagine worst-case scenarios. Let them trust that God is watching over them, and that if something needs attention, it will be addressed at the right time. God, place this steadiness in their heart. Steadiness itself is protection, and I also ask for protection in an area that brings fear to many people today. Safety along the roads and in daily movement. Guard those who are driving. Guard those who are walking. Guard those using public transportation. Guard those working at night. Let risk be interrupted. Let accidents be avoided. Let sudden scares be prevented. God, bring good connections into the children's lives. Bring protection into their relationships. Bring protection over what they choose to trust. And I return once more to the center, because returning to the center with variation keeps presence alive. This night is covered. My children are under protection. My home is surrounded. And now I move into a longer, quiet interlude, almost like a watchful stillness, so you can truly slow down. This is not a time to think. This is not a time to analyze. This is a time to rest. For the next few moments, just listen and allow your body to understand. God, as this sound continues, I ask that the mind slow down. Let the thoughts become more spaced out. Let the breathing become calmer. If a thought comes, do not fight it. Just let it pass and return to the simple phrase, God is watching. If a worry comes, do not solve it right now, just release it. And return to the simple phrase, my children are protected. If there is an urge to get up, check, or confirm something, ask yourself quietly, is this a real need or anxiety? If it is a real need, respond calmly and return. If it is anxiety, release it and remain. God, I ask that the body release the last points of tension, the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the tongue, the neck, the shoulders, the chest, the stomach, the hands. Let everything relax. Let everything release. God, I ask that the room feel safer. Let the house feel quieter. Let the night feel more protected. And if the person falls asleep at this point, let them sleep. If they continue listening, let them continue. Because protection is not performance. Protection is presence. Breathe, release. And now we come to the close sealing this time, and leaving the final question as a bridge into the next step. God, before the final seal, I want to speak one last blessing, as if placing a hand over each child, even from a distance, a blessing of protection over their minds. Let good thoughts remain, and let fear have no voice, a blessing of protection over their eyes. Let them not see what destroys, and let them not become attached to what confuses, a blessing of protection over their ears. Let them not listen to what corrupts, and let them learn to filter what harms, a blessing of protection over their mouths. Let their words build up, and let them not be drawn into destructive conversations, a blessing of protection over their hearts. Let their hearts not grow hard, let them remain alive and secure, a blessing of protection over their feet. Let them walk safely and stay away from dangerous paths, a blessing of protection over their hands. Let them do what is good and not be led into impulsive actions. God, let your presence walk with each of them like a quiet guardian. Let them be protected when they laugh. Let them be protected when they cry. Let them be protected when they feel strong. Let them be protected when they feel fragile. And I bless this home as well. Let this home be a place where protection is felt, where fear does not lead, where anxiety does not set the rhythm, where the night becomes a refuge. Now I return to you who are listening. You did what you needed to do today. You brought your children before God. You placed your home under protection. You chose trust even while tired. So don't pressure yourself. Don't judge yourself. Just rest. And we close this cycle, leaving the final question as an invitation to keep building this trust night after night, not as empty repetition, but with awareness. God, I ask for one final detail. Let protection be noticed in simple signs like the body relaxing without effort, the breathing becoming deeper, the mind asking fewer questions, the house feeling quieter, the heart no longer tightening. Let the person not need dramatic moments in order to believe. Let them believe in the small, in the subtle, in the steady. And if, for some reason, this night is not perfect, if there is interruption, if there is waking, if there is anxiety, let the person not interpret that as failure. Let them see it as part of the process. Because protection does not mean never facing difficulty again. Protection means having a place to return. So God, give them that place of return, and let this night become a first step toward more protected nights ahead. Now I will stop adding words and allow the silence to work together with this protection. One final step of commitment, very simple. God, I will not turn every night into a test. I will not measure protection by the complete absence of noise. I will not measure protection by the complete absence of thoughts. I will measure it by my ability to return to you. And I ask that, over time, this return becomes easier, more natural, faster. Let each night teach the heart how to rest. Let each night teach the home how to breathe. Let each night teach the children how to feel safe. And when morning comes, God, let the person wake with the sense that they did not pass through the night alone. And if you'd like, before closing your eyes completely, make one simple gesture. Place your hand over your heart for a moment, just to remind your body that it is safe. Then release, then rest. God, guard this night. God, guard these children. God, guard this home, and let the heart not return to battle after everything here has already been surrendered. Amen. If sleep has not come yet, that's okay. There is no need to rush. You only need to remain in trust. The protection has already been placed. The home has already been covered. The children have already been entrusted. Now let your body do what it knows how to do. Rest. And as you fall asleep, remember, you can release, you can trust, you can rest. God, we remain under watch. We remain under covering. We remain in protection. Good night. Rest. And let God's care do what you cannot do while you are awake. If you wake up, return gently. The night remains protected. Your children remain covered. Yes, God, we seal this night. We seal it not with human effort, but with trust. We seal it not with empty repetition, but with surrender. I place one final sentence as a seal not to repeat endlessly, but to close the struggle within me. My children are protected. My home is protected. This night is protected. If my heart tries to return to fear, I will not follow it. I will follow it back to God. If my mind begins to race, I will not chase it. I will bring my mind back to the center. If my body holds tension, I release it. I let God keep watch. God, thank you for your protection. Thank you because your watch never sleeps. Thank you because your care never fails. Thank you because your shelter is real. And as sleep comes, I ask, let sleep come under covering. Let the night be peaceful. Let the children remain protected. Let the home remain guarded. Now, if you wish, you may let this prayer continue through the night, without hurry, without pressure, simply as a steady presence. And here is the question I do not want to answer for you. I want you to carry it within you as a simple invitation into the next step. If God can watch over your children tonight, what would change in your heart if you chose to trust Him tomorrow as well, when the day begins?